Maker of teachers, you molded us fine. Pray we to God for thy eternal life, and deep in our hearts your motto we bear, Dominus Mea, illumination. Atop the hills where institutions fill, Providence bless what Mark Gregorians build. Among altars of wisdom spreading light, our college yellow makes every barret torch. Maker of teachers, you molded us fine. Pray we to God for thy eternal life, and deep in our hearts your motto we bear, Dominus Mea, illumination. Though far away, just a college it seems, nearing one knows much more that it is. May all the work be grace to your name. Theophilus, mother, I wish be with thee. Maker of teachers, you molded us fine. Pray we to God for thy eternal life, and deep in our hearts your motto we bear, Dominus Mea, illumination.
Nancy, you are not audible, Nancy, please. You are not audible.
Hello?
Yes,
Hello?
audible. Yes, audible.
Thank you, Nikhil. What you learn from a life in science is the vastness of our ignorance. Good evening, one and all. On this glorious day, the Department of Physical Science of the prestigious Theophilus Training College invites everyone to the grand inaugural ceremony of our association, Solasta Stars, which means shining stars for the years 2020-2022. God speaks in the silence of the heart. Listening is the beginning of prayer. I invite Grishma GS for the prayer.
नित्यप्रकाशमे नित्यचैतन्यमे
Now, I invite Ashna Thomas, Association Secretary, for the welcome address.
Good evening, all. Myself, Ashna I. Thomas, the Associate Secretary of the Solasta family. Today, in the inauguration ceremony of our association, I would like to welcome Sinoy Sir, whose presence is definitely a sparkle light of the ceremony. And also, I would like to welcome our most respected principal, Benedict Sir, to bless the occasion, our class teacher, Nina Ma, without whose support we cannot move forward. And a very warm welcome to all our alumni, seniors, and my dear friends. Let's make a fantastic move together. Thank you.
Thank you, Ashna. Be the light in the darkness to inspire and to enlighten others. May I request our beloved principal, Dr. K.Y. Benedict, for the presidential address.
Respected guest of the day, Dr. Nebu Thomas, Dr. Nina, the mentor of Solasta family, the Physical Science faculty of THEOPHILUS Training College, and dear children. This is a grand occasion for us everyone to assemble online. Thanks to the COVID pandemic situation, which made us to practice the blended mode of classroom interaction, both offline and online mode. And now we are training ourselves like that of the LKG children to learn all the technicalities and practice all the technicalities and making them quite natural with our day-to-day activities. I congratulate each and everyone for participating in this program amidst your busy academic schedule. ഇവിടെ സൊലസ്റ്റയെ പറ്റി പറഞ്ഞപ്പം നിങ്ങൾ സൂചിപ്പിച്ച ഒരു പദം സൈനിങ് സ്റ്റാർസ് എന്നാണ്. പലപ്പോഴും നമുക്ക് സ്റ്റാർ എന്താണ് എന്നുള്ളതിനൊരു ബേസിക് ഡെഫിനേഷൻ ഓർ നിർവചനം അല്ലെങ്കിൽ ഒരു ചെറിയ ഒരു വിവരണം കൊടുക്കുമ്പോൾ തിളങ്ങുന്നത് എന്ന അതിന് അർത്ഥം തന്നെയുണ്ട്. പിന്നെ നമ്മൾ എന്തിനാണ് ഷൈനിങ് സ്റ്റാർ എന്ന് പറയുന്നത് എന്നൊരു വിരോധാഭാസം പോലെ ഭാഷാപരമായ ഒരു കോൺട്രഡിക്ഷൻ ആയിട്ട് ഒരു പക്ഷെ നമുക്ക് അത് വിശകലനം ചെയ്യാനായിട്ട് സാധിക്കും. എങ്കിലും നമ്മൾ അതൊരു ശരിയായ രൂപമായി പ്രയോഗമായി ഒരു അഡ്ജക്റ്റീവ് ചേർത്ത് ഷൈനിങ് സ്റ്റാർസ്, സ്റ്റാർസ് എന്ന് പറയുമ്പോൾ അത് സ്വാഭാവികമായിട്ടും തിളങ്ങേണ്ടതാണ്. എങ്കിൽ തിളങ്ങുന്ന നക്ഷത്രം എന്ന് പറയുമ്പോൾ ആ തിളക്കത്തിന് സാധാരണ തിളക്കത്തേക്കാൾ അല്പം കൂടി ഒരു മെച്ചപ്പെട്ട തിളക്കത്തിന്റെ ഒരു പരിവേഷം ഉണ്ട് എന്ന് നമുക്ക് അതിൽ നിന്ന് മനസ്സിലാക്കാം. അതുപോലെ തന്നെയാണ് ഒരു സയന്റിഫിക് വേ ഓഫ് ലൈഫ് നയിക്കുന്ന ഒരാൾക്ക് അത്യന്താപേക്ഷിതമായി വേണ്ട ഒരു കാര്യമാണ് സയന്റിഫിക് ടെമ്പർ. ജീവിതത്തിന്റെ എല്ലാ മേഖലകളിലും, ഏത് പ്രതിസന്ധികളിലും, ഏത് വൈതരണികളിലും എല്ലാത്തിനെയും അതിജീവിക്കാൻ കഴിയും എന്ന് നമ്മുടെ ഉള്ളിൽ നമ്മൾ അറിയാതെ തന്നെ നമ്മളെ ശക്തിപ്പെടുത്തുന്ന, നമ്മുടെ ഉള്ളിൽ മന്ത്രിക്കുന്ന ഒരു വലിയ ശക്തിയും ഊർജ സ്രോതസ്സുമായി നമ്മൾ വിളങ്ങേണ്ട ഒരു ക്യാരക്ടറിസ്റ്റിക്സ് ആണ് സയന്റിഫിക് ടെമ്പർ എന്നുള്ളത്. നമുക്കിന്ന് നമ്മുടെ പ്രിയപ്പെട്ട അതിഥി വളരെ ബഹുമാന്യനായ ഉയരങ്ങളിലേക്ക് വളർന്നുകൊണ്ടിരിക്കുന്ന കേരളത്തിലെ അക്കാഡമിക് ഫീൽഡിലെ ഒരു ഷൈനിങ് സ്റ്റാർ ആണ് എന്ന് നമുക്കറിയാം. അദ്ദേഹം നമ്മളോട് സംസാരിക്കും. THEOPHILUS ട്രെയിനിങ് കോളേജ് കുടുംബത്തിലേക്ക് ഓൺലൈൻ മീഡിയയിൽ കൂടി ആണെങ്കിൽ പോലും അദ്ദേഹത്തെ ഹൃദയപൂർവ്വം സ്വാഗതം ചെയ്യുന്നതിന് പ്രത്യേകമായിട്ടുള്ള സന്തോഷം അറിയിക്കുന്നതിന് ഈ അവസരം ഉപയോഗിക്കുന്നു. അതോടൊപ്പം തന്നെ നീന ടീച്ചറിനും കൂടെയുള്ള കുട്ടികൾക്കും സീനിയർ ബാച്ചിലുള്ള വിദ്യാർത്ഥിനികൾക്കും മറ്റ് സബ്ജക്ട് അസോസിയേഷനിൽ നിന്ന് ഈ പ്രോഗ്രാമിനായി പങ്കെടുക്കുവാൻ എത്തിച്ചേർന്നിരിക്കുന്ന എല്ലാവർക്കും ഹൃദയപൂർവ്വം ആശംസകളും പ്രാർത്ഥനകളും അറിയിക്കുന്നു. നിങ്ങളുടെ ഈ ഉദ്യമം നിങ്ങൾ പേര് സൂചിപ്പിക്കുന്നത് പോലെ തന്നെ ഷൈനിങ് സ്റ്റാർ എന്ന അർത്ഥം പൂർണ്ണമാകുന്ന രീതിയിൽ കൂടുതൽ തിളക്കമുള്ള, മെച്ചപ്പെട്ട, കൂടുതൽ ഉത്തമ ബോധ്യത്തോടു കൂടി ചെയ്യാൻ സാധിക്കുന്ന പ്രവർത്തനങ്ങളിലേക്ക് നിങ്ങളെ നയിക്കട്ടെ. ഇന്നത്തെ ഈ തുടക്കം അതിന് പ്രചോദനമാകട്ടെ എന്ന് ആശംസിക്കുകയും പ്രാർത്ഥിക്കുകയും ചെയ്യുന്നു. താങ്ക് യു. ഗോഡ് ബ്ലസ് യു.
Thank you, sir.
You're muted.
Dr. Sinoy Thomas is an assistant professor in the Department of Physics at Cochin University of Science and Technology. He worked as an INSPIRE faculty in the Material Science and Technology Division at the CSIR NIST Trivandrum. He also worked as a postdoctoral scientist at Chemnitz University of Technology in Germany during the year 2010-2013. He did PhD and MPhil in physics from CUSAT and also a postgraduate from MG University, Kerala. He is a person with more than 40 publications in international journals. His major achievements are: he was awarded DST Inspire Faculty Award. He was awarded Senior Research Fellowship by Council of Scientific and Industrial Research, New Delhi. University Grants Commission awarded him with Junior Research Fellowship. He received travel grant from SCRB and CSIR India for attending the international conference ICMAT 2015 and 2009, Singapore. He was also awarded with Mele Padam Attumalil George Kuti Merit Scholarship. We are very much honored and extremely happy to receive such an eminent personality as the chief guest of the ceremony. May I request Dr. Sinoy Thomas to inaugurate this online event and also for the keynote address.
Okay, thank you, Dr. Nina, for it's a privilege for me to join you in this evening and discuss a little bit about research methodology and temperament. So before that, I would add to what Dr. Benedict sir said. Actually, in my opinion, I mean, the shining star is an apt statement, because in physics we also learn about dying stars. So in that sense, the wording shining star is more apt to this event, and I wish all the students a good success in their future endeavors. And I mean, I wish you all the best to become very good teachers as well as researchers in the coming years. So with these short words, I formally declare that this event is inaugurated, and I wish you all the best. Okay, so shall we move to the presentation, or?
Please have a click on it. Okay.
Okay, so I will start sharing my screen. Okay, so in this evening I will be discussing with you a little bit about scientific temperament, its importance, and so finally I will be giving you a brief introduction to research methodology. So basically I will try to, and once they qualify that examination, they will be admitted to the 2-year MSc program. So we also have research programs like 1-year MPhil program and a PhD program. Typically, the duration it will be between 4 to 5 years. So we offer research programs in different branches of physics, starting from theoretical physics. So we have one professor who is working in cosmology and gravitation physics. Then we have statistical research going on in statistical physics and nuclear physics theory. Then coming to the experimental part, so we have few faculties who are concentrating on experimental condensed matter research, so mainly magnetism. So myself is focusing on magnetism and magnetic materials. There are few faculties who are focusing on the development of solar cells, capacitors, and several aspects related to energy storage, conversion, like that. So these are the few things which is related to the programs of our department. So we will come to today's topic. Okay, so you know that basically scientific temper refers to a person's attitude of rational and logical reasoning or thinking. So basically, a person is considered to have a scientific temper if he or she uses a scientific method for making a decision in their day-to-day life. So in India, the term scientific temper was first coined by the India's first Prime Minister Jawaharlal Nehru in his book, The Discovery of India. And we know that the existence in India, the existence of robust science and technology infrastructure, including a huge pool of trained science and technology manpower, is largely due to the foresight of Pandit Jawaharlal Nehru. And according to him, he believed that it is the scientific method that offers hope in tackling the problems faced by the Indian society at that time, and this is relevant in the present scenario also. So government is trying to push the concept of scientific temper to the peoples in different sectors of the society, and several programs are there to promote the scientific temper among the citizens of India. So a statement on scientific temper, which was basically prepared by a group of scholars and which was issued on behalf of the Nehru Center in 1981, mentions that the scientific temper involves the acceptance among others on the following points. The first point is that the scientific method provides a feasible way of acquiring knowledge. And the second point is that the human problems could be understood and solved in terms of the knowledge which is generated through the application of the scientific method. And the complete use of the scientific method in day-to-day life is very important for ensuring human survival and progress. So finally, one should accept the knowledge which is gained through the application of the scientific method. And one should keep in mind that the knowledge thus generated by the application of the scientific method is a close approximation to the truth at that time, and any incompatibility in such knowledge generated should be questioned or re-examined from time to time, so that the basic foundations of the contemporary knowledge thus generated by applying scientific method is improved from time to time. So basically one could see that the scientific temper is basically the attitude of logical and rational thought process, and one apply the logical and rational thought process to solve a different process that is encoded in our day-to-day life. So one could see that the scientific temper is closely related to a systematic research process, and it will be useful to discuss in detail the research process and the several aspects involved in the research process. And in the coming slides, I will be briefly describing you about the research process and what is the importance of systematicity which is associated with the research process. And finally, I will give you a hint about the difference between the research method and research methodology. So if you ask ourselves the question, what is research, then one could easily see that basically research is an attempt to discover answers to intellectual and practical problems, different practical problems through the application of an appropriate scientific method. According to Redman and Mori, research is classified as a systematized effort to gain new knowledge. So creation of new knowledge is always associated with a systematic research process. And one could see that the systematic research process involves the collection and analysis of different data, so that a correct interpretation or a correct analysis of the data which is collected as a part of systematic research process will help to increase our understanding of a particular phenomenon about which we are concerned or interested. So as I mentioned, the research process itself involves a process to find a solution to a problem through a thorough study and analysis of different situational factors. And basically the data which is generated as a result of a systematic research process help the managers to make correct decisions to solve different problems that they face. So the information that is provided to generate decisions will be basically as a result of a careful analysis of the data which is gathered at first hand, or maybe the data that are already available. So in short, the research can be defined as a systematic approach to obtaining and confirming new and reliable knowledge. So one have to keep the two aspects generated to the knowledge which is generated as a part of systematic research. That is, the knowledge generated should be new, and the other thing is that the knowledge generated should be reliable. So it follows that the research process should be systematic in nature, and it should be carried out in an orderly fashion. So basically the research process should be involved. Several steps should be involved in the systematic research process. And as I mentioned before, the knowledge generated should be new as well as it should be reliable. And basically this definition of research is applicable for different branches of science, starting from biology, physics, chemistry, or if you go to engineering, topics like biotechnology or nanotechnology. In all the disciplines, all these disciplines, the general definitions of this research stands valid. That is, the research should be a systematic approach, and the end product of the research should be a new and a reliable knowledge. So now let us see what all things are not coming under the broad category of research. For example, accidentally discovery is not considered as a complete part of research, because in fact accidental discovery occurs as a result of a structured research process, And in most cases, the accidental discovery leads to a structured research, so that the reasons for this accidental discovery is investigated as a part of structured research later on. So one could keep in mind that mere accidental discovery is not a part of research, but accidental discovery in turn can lead to a systematic research. So another point one have to keep in mind that mere data collection is not a part of, mere data collection cannot be categorized as a systematic research, but one could keep in mind that the data collection is an intermediate step to gain a reliable knowledge, and also collecting reliable data is a part of research process. So lone data collection or mere data collection is not categorized as a part of systematic research process. So one could keep in mind that the data collection is a part of research process, but mere data collection, that is the data without any analysis or data without any inference, doesn't comes under the broad under umbrella of research process. So another thing is that the mere search of published research results in library and internet doesn't comes under the broad category of research, systematic research. So, however, it is a part of the systematic research process, and just reviewing a literature is not research, or it is not categorized as a systematic research.
and promoting the goodwill and understanding between students of different institutions is well known. That as we are the student teachers as well as we are going to become teachers, you are really connecting different schools or different institutions or higher education institutions in the near future. Also, the presence of science professionals like our Dr. Sinoisa, who was selected as this year's Indo-German Project Fellow in the nationwide, also makes this occasion even more significant. I am happy as the mentor of this department under the able leadership of our principal, Dr. K.Y. Bandit sir, has taken the initiative to organize various competitions for our students. I welcome all the participants and wishing all of you the best. More than winning or losing, the spirit of these competitions brings out the best in you and sprouts out the greater achievements in life. May the friendships you built across the campuses through all the events even wider into better understanding and cooperation between students beyond any boundaries. Let me conclude by wishing each one of you will carry back from here some wonderful memories of these association activities that will cherish you for a long time to come. Thank you.
Thank you, Dr. Nina.
Thank you,
Thank you,
sir.
everyone.
We have some experiments, all that, sir. We will be happy if you are continuing with us for some more time.
Okay, so I will try. Actually, I am now in my office and I have some electricity problem.
Okay, okay, sir. Thank you.
I don't know how long my laptop will run.
Okay, sir. Thank you.
I will try. Otherwise, you please carry on.
Okay, thank you, sir. Thank you.
And actually, Nina and me are friends from our school days, and actually, uh,
Okay.
I would like to mention that also.
Yes, sir. With proud. Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am. Now, I invite Anjima Dinaya, Senior Student Representative for the felicitation.
Evening, one and all. Respected Principal, Dr. K.Y. Benedict sir, Mentor in charge of the Physical Science Department, Dr. Nina Thomas ma'am, Chief Guest, Dr. Sinoy Thomas sir, teachers, faculty, and my dear friends. So here we have witnessed the beginning of a new team, Solasta, and my duty is to convey my all the best wishes to the entire team. So on this occasion, on behalf of the Theophilus Training College and Photons, I wish you all the very best for all the academic activities and programs that you carry out on behalf of the association. Let this be a beautiful beginning and inspiration for all your upcoming activities. And teamwork wins. Thank you.
Thank you, Anjima. It's time for the game toasters. For that, let me invite Elsa, Georgia, and Shilpa.
Sorry. Wait.
Good evening, all. Myself, Georgia Mariam Gio. We have incorporated a puzzle as an entertainment section, and we expect all your cooperation. These are the instructions for the game. We will display an empty puzzle on the screen, and we have included science questions on the right corner of the screen, and we will provide 30 seconds for each question. Counter clock won't be displayed, so try to answer the question Sophie and Merlin. Congrats to both. Thank you.
We are familiar with color changes of chameleon. Here is chemical chameleon which exhibit different colors. We the team consists of 3 members. I am Rekha. I am Gopika. I am Shilpa. So let's see the magic. See, different colors are observed, right? Do you know what is the magic behind this? In this conical flask, a small amount of potassium permanganate is dissolved in 50 ml of water. And in this beaker, 2 grams of sodium hydroxide and 4 grams of glucose is dissolved in 50 ml of water. And we are pouring this solution to the potassium permanganate solution. So, we can see the color changes like a chameleon. So, the principle behind this reaction is redox reaction. Here, purple colored potassium permanganate is reduced and glucose is oxidized. Purple colored potassium permanganate is reduced to green color manganate ion. As the reaction proceeds, the purple and green color blend together and a blue color is obtained. And it suddenly changes to again green color of manganate ion. Then last green colored manganate ion reduced to yellow color of manganese dioxide. This is the principle behind this chemical chameleon. Thank you.
I'm Dana.
I'm Sister Gina Maria. Now we are going to do an experiment with potassium permanganate and sugar.
Chemicals required are potassium permanganate and sugar. This reaction can be done either on a tile or on a wooden piece. First we are adding 2 spoons of sugar. 3 spatula of potassium permanganate is added to this. Now we need to smash this mixture. Chemistry behind this reaction is that we know that potassium permanganate is an oxidizing agent and sugar, that is carbohydrate, that contains carbon, hydrogen and oxygen. Here sugar is acting as the fuel and it is a highly exothermic reaction.
Thank you.
I am Renju. Hi friends, I am Reba. We are going to perform 2 experiments, swimming pepper and magic milk. The experiment we are performing to understand the concept of surface tension. The apparatus we require are water, soap solution, pepper powder. First pour water into the plate. Sprinkle some pepper powder on the surface of water. Then dip the finger on the pepper powder. Then the snow, the reaction is taking place. Then dip soap solution in the pepper powder, we can observe that the pepper powder are moving again. You will be quite interesting to know what is happening to this pepper powder. The surface tension is the reason for this experiment. Surface tension is the attraction of molecules in the liquid. Here when we are dipping soft solution to the water, the surface tension breaks and the water molecules are moving to the end of the bowl, so that the pepper powder is also moving to the edges. Next, we are going to have another experiment in the same concept, that is magic milk. Pour some milk to the plate. We are adding few colors in the center of the milk. Now the soft solution is dipping in the milk, and we see that the watercolors are moving to the edges of the bowl. Thank you.
Hope you all are doing well. So myself Ashna Thomas,
Elsa Rachel, Georgia Mariam.
So now we are going to conduct two experiments. The first one is lava lamp experiment and the second one is bleeding hand experiment. So let's go through the experiment. The first one is the lava lamp experiment. For that we need one cylindrical shaped container, and to it add 2 or 3 spoons of baking soda on it. And to that add adequate amount of vegetable oil, and take another container with a little amount of vinegar on it, and add 2 or 3 or 4 to 5 drops of food color on it. Okay. So then place this cylindrical sheet container on the flashlight and pour this vinegar with food color onto this cylindrical shaped container. Let's see what happens.
Have everyone noticed the red bubbles going up and down? Do you know what's the reason behind it? So we all know that during a chemical reaction, a bond is formed or a bond is destroyed. So here the reaction is between baking soda and vinegar. When a baking soda and vinegar is reacted, carbon dioxide gas is produced, and this gas is reason for the formation of bubbles. Hope everyone enjoyed this experiment.
So let's move to the second one. So let's move to the second one, the bleeding hand. We all know that what will happen to our hand when our hand is cut with a knife. What happens? Yeah, obviously it will break. So what will happen when it cut with the scale? Does it break? So let's see.
Let's look what happens when we use a scale to cut our skin. Oh my god, it's bleeding. So, what do you think what happened behind this? Yes, it's purely chemistry. The reason behind this reaction. So this reaction is purely chemical reaction, that it is a reaction between potassium thiocyanate and ferric chloride. When potassium thiocyanate is reacting with ferric chloride, a red color complex is formed, and this is the reason behind the formation of the blood. So let's see the experiment using the chemicals. So we are placing this thiocyanate solution in the hand and dipping the scale in ferric chloride solution, and we are using the scale to cut the hand. Look, a red color complex is formed. Hope everyone enjoyed this experiment. Now let's see what is the chemistry behind this experiment. So the reaction is between potassium thiocyanate and ferric chloride. When potassium thiocyanate is reacting with ferric chloride, a red color complex is formed that is appeared as blood in the hand. So this is the chemical equation. When ferric chloride is reacting with potassium thiocyanate, ferric thiocyanate complex is formed.
Hello friends, we are going to do an experiment that how does the 3D hologram works by using a smartphone. Okay, let's see.
Using transparent sheets. Then we have to put it on the screen of our smartphone like this. Then the four symmetrically opposite variations of the image will be created on the four faces of the hologram pyramid. Here the pyramid does mainly two things. First of all, it projects the image on the screen upright, and then it allows the background images to be seen through it. The combined effect of these two will give rise to an optical illusion of the 2D image on the screen.
In this experiment, by principle, each side projects the image falling on it to the center of the pyramid, hence form a whole figure which creates a 3D illusion. It is also related to the Pepper's ghost effect.
Today we are here before you as a group of 3 members. I am Ansiana Kurian.
I am Gayatri. I am Kalya.
Today we are here to perform an experiment known as jumping sodium or dancing sodium. And I am pretty much sure that you will be very much excited to know how the experiment is being done. So for that, I call upon Kavya to explain about the objectives and apparatus of the experiment.
The objective of the reaction is that sodium reacts with water forming sodium hydroxide, and the apparatus required is water, kerosene, measuring jar, phenolphthalein and the sodium metal. Now Gayatri will describe the procedure and Ansi will do the experiment.
Hi everyone. For this experiment, first we are taking a clean test tube and we are adding 5 ml of water into it. We are taking 5 ml using a measuring jar. Okay, now we are adding a few drops of phenolphthalein into the water. Add it drop by drop. Okay, stir it well. And now we are placing the test tube in the test tube holder. Now at this point we need gasoline or kerosene for this experiment, but now we are not having gasoline with us, so we are using kerosene instead, and we are adding kerosene into the test tube. We know that kerosene is denser than water, and hence it will float on the surface of the water, and these two layers forms a immiscible liquid. Okay, now we need sodium metal. We have already cut it into small pieces, and we are taking one such piece, and we are going adding this piece into the test tube. Okay, we are putting it into the test tube.
The result of the observation is that sodium does not react with the layer of kerosene. Sodium only reacts with water forming sodium hydroxide and hydrogen. Here, the equation of the reaction is 2Na plus 2H2 giving 2NaOH plus H2. Here you can see the dancing sodium. It is due to the liberation of hydrogen gas. I think everyone understood the experiment. Please try it at your laboratory. Thank you.
Thank you.